Being a nerd is cool, it can be so fun. Into sci-fi video games and learning a ton. Want to know about your obsessions and facts at random? Then welcome aboard to HAYHAYFANDOM.
Good evening, dudes and dudettes. Hope you are having a wonderful day, week, month, life with whatever you're going through, and thank you so much for joining us today on the Hey Hey Fandom podcast channel, where we share insider info on yours and my favorite nerdy fan topics. I'm your host, Hailey Olson, and I am proud to be able to share with you today my obsession that is based on a very special place. It all started with an excellent man who had an exquisite cartoonist talents and brought a memorable mouse into all our hearts that evolved in a carousel of progress on every television set for over 90 years. It was then made into an amusement park in 1955 and soon branched out to different locations in 1965. An amazing place where all your magical dreams come true. You guessed it, St. Louis. Totally kidding. It is actually located in sunny California and Florida and many other places around the world. That's right, it's the one and only Walt Disney Land or World Resort, and today we're going to explain and break down all the sweet spots and must-dos in the Disney parks on your next trip. Today I'm here with sorry. Sorry, allergies. Colby, who recently went on a Disneyland trip himself over the summer.
Hi everyone, and thank you so much, Hailey, for having me on the show.
Oh, you're so welcome. Disney is a pretty awesome place, and the best place to visit on vacation with the fam. What was your favorite thing to do there?
I think my most favorite thing to do at Disney was visiting the new Star Wars Galaxy's Edge theme park.
Oh yeah, really? That is brand new. That's awesome.
Yeah, they came out with the new one at Disney World. I think it was August, sometime in August, but they came out with the Galaxy's Edge at Disneyland early June, and so
that one came out first.
We definitely wanted to take advantage of it before the summer was over.
Right. What was your favorite ride there?
Definitely the Millennium Falcon ride.
Oh yeah, I heard you can have different roles in it. What were the roles?
There were 5 different roles. 2 of them were pilots. The 2 others were gunners, and one of them was an engineer to repair the ship if the pilots weren't the best at flying. But it was definitely an amazing ride, even though the wait could be long at times. It was only a 45-minute wait for us.
Oh, that's not bad. I mean, I heard the ride queue's pretty cool.
Oh, yes, it definitely is very amazing. You get to feel really submerged and feel like you are about to board the Falcon. You are in this massive hangar, and they have all these cool droid props and speeders. There was Luke's land speeder also in there.
Oh, awesome. Yeah, from the movies?
Mm-hmm.
Did it look just like the Luke Skywalker's land speeder?
They did really good with the details. I think it looked perfectly like it.
Yeah, I heard they had some Easter eggs hidden beneath there.
Yeah. For example, there was one Easter egg in the new movies, like The Force Awakens, with C-3PO's red arm at the Build a Droid, which is a topic I will discuss about here in a minute. They have all these droid parts hanging up on the walls, and one of them is C-3PO's arm.
Oh, really? That's awesome.
Yeah. They also have droid tracks on the ground as you're walking throughout the land to make it look like droids are going by, and some of the tracks there are hidden little Mickey Mouse ears in it. So
Disney definitely makes sure to pay attention to little details.
Yeah.
That's what makes it so memorable. And I also know that there's some really close-up, recognizable characters from the movies that you can take pictures with, like my personal favorite, Chewbacca. I mean, what were some of the characters that you saw?
While I was there, I saw multiple characters, but my favorite ones I got to see was Kylo Ren and Darth Vader. And I got a great picture with both of them.
Yeah. Oh, that's absolutely amazing. It definitely sounds like you fulfilled your destiny at the Galaxy's Edge at Disneyland. So can you tell me about some foods that you got there, or some collectibles that had food included with it?
I would love to. They had this really cool Ronto Roasters place where they cooked all their food over a pod racer engine, which I thought was very, very cool. The food is a bit pricey, but I do think it is worth it if you get to try some of the food. I also got to drink some blue milk from the Star Wars movies like Luke Skywalker did.
That's amazing that they had all those food varieties. I mean, you can't get that anywhere else. And also about the thermal detonator. Like, tell me more about that.
Oh yeah, so they had drinks there, and they styled it like, they're not like normal like Coke bottles that you'd see in stores and stuff like that. They really wanted to give you the Star Wars experience, and from the movies there was a grenade called a thermal detonator.
Yeah.
And so they would give you beverages and stuff like Sprite or Coca-Cola, and this cool little bottle that it could be like a souvenir, which I'd made sure to definitely keep it because I thought it was cool. And another interesting thing is that all the words there in the galaxy's universe, it was all Arrowhead, which is the Star Wars language there. And
I just wanted to learn that language.
it is a very cool language that you could possibly learn, but if you didn't know what the signs were reading, because there was no English or anything like that, if you wanted to know what the signs were... Yeah. If you wanted to know what they were reading, though, you could ask someone else, and they would be able to translate it, like the staff. The staff knew what it was.
It's amazing. It's like a learning experience, but like for your kids, like even when they think, oh, we're not actually learning because we're not at school, we really are learning.
Yeah.
Yeah. So.
I think my most favorite part overall was whenever I got to build my own custom lightsaber.
Lightsaber. I knew this was coming. Okay, so how much was the lightsaber? Please tell us.
It is a bit pricey. It is $200 if you want to build your custom one. They also have character lightsabers that are a little bit cheaper. I know the Obi-Wan lightsaber was $150. It's still a bit pricey, but
yeah,
I definitely wanted to go for the custom lightsaber experience, and they let you choose your own kyber crystal, which chooses the color of your lightsaber. So you can get a red one, a green one, a blue one, a purple one, and it's a very fun process to go through. And whenever you're done making it, they give you a nice, I guess you could say kind of a bag to where you can store your lightsaber in, haul it around the park.
Yeah, all I have is a crappy $5 lightsaber from Walmart. So definitely it's, better than the one at Galaxy's Edge. So.
I definitely think it is worth its money. You can also buy a clear plastic stand to put your lightsaber on once you take it back to your house.
Yeah, put it on display.
Yeah. If you are flying back, though, it does count as a carry-on, so you would have to pack your other luggage, and that is the unfortunate part of it. But it definitely was an amazing experience.
Yeah, Galaxy's Edge is definitely a good topic to talk about, and of course we can come back to it. But there's this also a fairly new park in the Disney World and Land experience. More on the Disney World side, but Pandora, which is basically the land of Avatar. Have you ever heard of that one?
Yeah, I have heard about that one, and I've seen a couple of pictures online of what the land looks like at Disney World, and it is really breathtaking to see all the beautiful landscapes and how they were able to make you feel submerged in the Pandora universe.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, it was absolutely breathtaking. I mean, when I stepped into the park, I actually felt like I was a part of the world of Avatar. And riding the Flight of Banshee, or riding the Flight of Passage, you ride a Banshee on it. And it just took me on this wild adventure that really captured a lot of my senses. It was a 4D attraction that there were many things to look at in the Avatar universe, and at night definitely it lit up the whole place. I mean, it really was an amazing experience. And the landscape and the scenery of Pandora, it was just, it was hard to describe in, just words. And it was very phenomenal. And they had the Navi River ride, which is also a ride that makes you look at more of the scenery. It's not really a thrill ride, but it just kind of takes you on a boat ride.
Kind of like a relaxing ride.
Right, yeah, exactly. Like any boat ride, like the Pirate of the Caribbean ride that's located in Magic Kingdom. And it just took you on this amazing adventure. And it was definitely a ride that you cannot miss. So,
Well, that definitely sounds like a blast. I still have no idea how they get the floating mountains in Pandora to actually float. Must be Disney magic.
No, I know, like, I can't even. It's just insane. Now that we are speaking of Animal Kingdom, that also is another popular place in the Disney, franchise, or in the Disney universe. And they just have so many animals galore. And when people think of Animal Kingdom, most people get confused of it just being a zoo, but it's just way more than that. So there was like really cool rides there too, like Expedition Everest with the big Yeti. Like, that was kind of scary when it flew back. Like, I was like, whoa! It was like crazy.
It definitely sounds like a really crazy ride.
Yeah, and the dinosaur ride too, that was amazing. It almost reminds me of the bobsled ride and the Indiana Jones ride.
Oh yeah, I definitely loved the Snow Mountain bobsleds at Disneyland.
Mm-hmm.
It was there's 2 different tracks, and both of them give you a different experience as you're trying to escape the Yeti.
Yeah.
And at the very beginning, though, it's like completely dark, and you don't know where you are or what's going on. But all of a sudden, there's this loud, like, Yeti roar, and then the coaster takes off, flying really fast. It was definitely an amazing ride to do. And then also, like you were saying with the Indiana Jones ride, the wait can be long on that one because it is a very popular ride.
Oh, it is very popular, but it is really fun.
Yeah, it is definitely fun. They basically combined all the movies into one roller coaster ride.
With the big rock, too.
That was definitely my favorite part. The Jeep, which is the roller coaster car, I guess you could say, is just start driving backwards, and you see the boulder rolling after you, and then you drop down into a hole, and then you escape it. It definitely was an amazing ride experience.
Yeah, that's just like the one at Disney World, the dinosaur ride in Animal Kingdom. And what's really cool is like you actually travel back in time. And it's like you're in the dinosaur period, or like, the Jurassic period. And you're looking for a Galactodon, I think, what it's called. You're actually looking for a Megalodon. And that's really cool because it's like a really rare dinosaur, and they have to find it. And you're on this thrilling adventure, like you're turning every corner, but at the same time, it's really dark, so you can't like see where it is, and it's just amazing.
So it's kind of like a surprise where you don't know where the roller coaster is going to go next.
Yeah, and the Jeep, it actually has a feel like you're actually driving the Jeep on top of like mounty like surfaces.
Like a rocky terrain.
Yeah, and it's definitely an amazing experience. And speaking of amazing experiences, I know that a bunch of the attractions gave me an amazing feel as well. But also, the food places I ate there was really cool. Like the Rainforest Cafe. There was a bunch of animatronic animals that you could eat with, or the dining with the characters at the Harambe Market. And I got to dine with the characters and like take pictures with them. And it's definitely better to do that because the characters have a long wait, definitely, but that's another thing too. You want to visit the characters.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, when my family went, my siblings were definitely enthusiastic to meet the characters.
Oh, that's awesome.
And like you said, the line was definitely long, so I think doing a cafe where you dine with the characters, it's definitely more worth it, because you get to eat while the characters come to you.
Oh, yes, and the food is phenomenal. Definitely worth every penny. And the price may be a little pricey, but it's definitely worth it, like I said. And, of course, Animal Kingdom in general, it's a really happy place to just be able to connect with your family. And every time I go there, I get teared up. And, but Animal Kingdom is only the beginning of so many other parks in the Disney World, Disney World, franchise, I guess you could per se. But the heart of Disney World is Magic Kingdom, and I know in Disneyland they kind of have something like that.
Yeah, as soon as you walk in through the Sleeping Beauty castle they have there at Disneyland, they have this really cool Magic Kingdom with a bunch of rides. Some of them are for littler kids, and other ones are for more grown-ups. I know my younger siblings, they definitely loved rides like the Peter Pan ride and the carousel.
Yeah. And it's a small world my brother loved, and even though I'm not a little kid, I still loved, the rides for the younger category.
Yeah, definitely. Some of the rides, like the Alice in Wonderland ride, even though I am not a little kid, it definitely was a very entertaining ride to sit through.
Yeah, and probably in Magic Kingdom, some of my personal favorite rides, I just have to say, is Splash Mountain, definitely, like, how do you do? And then you have the Haunted Mansion, definitely when you look at the table, there's a hidden Mickey, you know what I'm talking about?
Absolutely, yeah. I actually saw that when we went to do it, and the Haunted Mansion alone, it just really was an amazing experience. Like,
yes.
I could not do it only one time. I had to go back and
follow you out. Yes, the Ghost host, I definitely think it was memorable, and the music, even though it does get stuck in your head, at least it's good music, and yeah, so I really liked that ride as well, and Big Thunder Mountain definitely is a fun ride.
Absolutely, yeah. We rode that once or twice. I can't remember how long the line was. It wasn't terrible, but the ride itself was a very amazing ride. Definitely uncomparable and to others. And at the very ending part, there is a cave you go into where there's a bunch of TNT blasts. And
oh yeah, the special effects are amazing.
They definitely have great special effects.
And you can't forget the all-time favorites like, Space Mountain is one of my personal favorites located in Tomorrowland, and of course the Carousel of Progress, which is a Walt Disney's original production showcased at the New York Times Fair, and it was such a big hit that it was brought into Disney. And there's so many other rides that are so memorable at the Magic Kingdom, and it was just really hard not to want to ride them all. I hope you guys enjoyed this podcast. This is all the time we have today, and if you tune in for next week, we will be talking about even more Magic Kingdom stuff like pin trading and how to buy all the souvenirs you need to buy, and all the other Disney parks that you can hit up, and special rooms, special effects, and all the special animatronics and fun facts that you may have not known about Disney World or Disneyland. Thank you guys so much for joining us on this beautiful day today and listening to our podcast. If you want more content, go to our website at www.HAYHAYFANDOM.com, and there will be many other podcasts on many other topics, even more than Disney World and Disneyland, because you guys know that I love to talk about nerdy topics, and I hope that you guys like to listen to them too, and it inspires you to do what you want, be who you want to be, and just love yourself no matter what. I'm Hailey Olson, and I'm signing off, and I'll see you guys next time when we talk even more in depth about Disney.